Welcome back. Today, we're going to explore something that has the power to transform not just your relationship with alcohol, but your entire walk with God: the power of a morning routine. Psalm 5, verse 3 tells us, "In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning, I lay my requests before you and wait expectantly." Science shows that our willpower and decision making abilities are strongest in the morning. Think about that for a moment. God designed our bodies with a natural rhythm called our circadian rhythm, where the early hours are our prime time for focused activity and clear thinking. When we're trying to break free from alcohol's grip, this scientific insight becomes incredibly powerful. You see, we can't just remove a habit. We need to replace it with another habit that is life giving. That's where morning routines come in. Let me get a bit more personal with you about my own morning routine, because I think it will help you understand just how transformative this can be. A few years ago, I read an interview with Jennifer Aniston where she shared that she keeps all technology off for the first hour of her day. This really struck me because, like many people, I used to wake up and immediately reach for my phone. Email, social media, news, it was like inviting the whole world into my bedroom before I'd even really opened my eyes. Inspired by this idea, I decided to try it. Let me tell you, those first few days were definitely uncomfortable. I felt almost twitchy without my phone, like something was missing. But then something remarkable happened. In that quiet space, without the world's noise competing for my attention, I could hear God's voice more clearly than I had in years. Now, my sacred morning routine is non-negotiable. I keep my phone face down, completely powered off. My laptop stays closed, and there's no TV news in the background. During this hour, I read scripture, pray, and write in my journal. Sometimes I write pages, sometimes just a few lines. What started as simply copying a celebrity's habit has become a profound spiritual practice that has not only strengthened my relationship with God, but also has been a contributing factor to eliminating my desire to reach for alcohol at the end of a stressful day. Morning routines create what scientists call a keystone habit. This is a behavior that triggers positive changes in other areas of life. When you start your day intentionally seeking God rather than reactively reaching for your phone, you're much more likely to make healthy choices throughout the day. I encourage you to create your own morning routine. Start small, even 15 minutes can make a big difference. Here are a few specific morning ritual ideas that combine both spiritual growth and self-care. The goal isn't to do everything, it's to create a routine that resonates with you. The first one, the contemplative morning. Start with 5 minutes of silent prayer, read one chapter of the Bible, journal your reflections on that scripture, light a candle and sip tea mindfully, and end with a gratitude prayer. This routine helps create inner peace and spiritual connection before the day begins. Another idea is the active spirit morning. Begin with a short prayer, then do 15 minutes of gentle stretching or yoga while listening to music. Read a devotional, write down your intentions for the day, and close with prayer. This combination keeps you both physically active and maintains spiritual focus. And finally, the productive peace morning. Meditate on a scripture verse, plan your day with prayer, read a Christian personal development book, journal your goals and prayers, and end with declarations of faith. This routine, which is most similar to what I do, sets you up for a productive day while keeping God at the center. These are just templates. The key is to experiment and find what works for you. Start with one or two elements and then build from there. The goal is to create a sacred space that draws you closer to God and further from the desire to turn to alcohol at the end of the day for comfort or escape. Now, I'll be real. Here's what you can expect when you start a morning ritual. At first, it may feel like work. Setting that alarm earlier, resisting the urge to check your phone, and making yourself sit still with God can be uncomfortable at first. But gradually, something beautiful happens. You'll start waking up with anticipation for this sacred time, just as I have. Your body and spirit will crave this peaceful connection with God before the world rushes in. After you've done it for a while, you'll notice subtle changes throughout your day. Decision-making will become clearer because you're operating from a centered place. Stressful situations that used to send you reaching for alcohol will feel more manageable because you're spiritually grounded. And you'll find yourself turning to prayer instead of alcohol when challenges arise. Most importantly, you'll experience a profound shift in your relationship with God. Instead of feeling shame about putting alcohol before Him, you'll feel the joy of putting Him first each day. As I have said before, this fast isn't just about breaking free from alcohol, it's about breaking free into the life that God intended for you. Jeremiah 29, verse 11 reminds us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." And what a beautiful future that will be. See you tomorrow.